Hi class, so today we are going to proceed with chapter 5 variation. So this is a very short chapter. If you can finish this video, I think you can understand the whole chapter. So I will just complete this chapter in one video only. Okay, first of all, there are there are actually three types of variation. What are variation? We have direct variation, we have inverse variation, we also have joint variation. I've got three types here. Okay, first we are going through direct variation. Okay, look at this car. This car is given to you in your textbook. Why is it given? Okay, because they are explaining to you how to calculate the car loan. Firstly, look at the example. A variation is a relationship between two or more variables. There are many real-life situations that involve variations, such as your science, industry, engineering, where this quantity might depend on, might be relatable to on another quantity. For example, when you buy a car, of course you cannot use of course you don't have so much cash to pay one go, so you are going to borrow money from the bank. We call that car loan. Okay, but why will the bank borrow money to you? Because they will charge you bank interest. Okay, they are earning through this way also. For example, the interest charges on the car loan depend on how much did you borrow from them. Okay, so what is direct variation? Direct variation means that as the loan increases, if you borrow a lot, the interest charges also increase. So one thing increase, the other also increase. We call this direct variation. So if the other way around, if you borrow less, right, the loan decreases, the interest charges also decreases. In this case, the interest is directly proportional to the loan. This kind of variation is called direct variation. Okay, direct variation. So here you look at the graph here. It will form a straight line graph. The graph of y, this is the car loan, is directly proportional to the interest rate xn here. It is represented by xn here. So here let me see. If y, what is this symbol here? Okay, this symbol, I always call this is an alpha symbol. Alpha symbol in this case we read as varies, changes. If y varies with a to the power of n, and n can be 1, 2, 3, 1 over 2, then you will change it to equal sign, but you add a k here, where what is your k? K is a constant. It will be a fixed number. K means it will be a fixed number no matter how you change your y, how you change your xn. This k will always be the fixed number, constant. So this is the graph. It will be a straight line graph of y against xn. Okay, let us go to some example here. So in SPM, this chapter will only come out in paper 1. So you can get marks here by looking at the keyword. Y varies directly. So when you want to convert this into mathematical form, you just follow y. Okay, you write y. Varies, right? Varies, I say varies, you use this symbol, is an alpha symbol. It looks like a fish. Directly as x. When you see this word directly, so you straight away copy down as 1. Y varies directly as x. Okay, next one. P varies directly as the square of Q. Okay, P, write down, it says varies directly. Vary, so use this symbol directly, so straight away you copy down directly as what? Square of Q. Means it is a Q square of Q. Next one, H varies directly as the cube of T. H varies directly again. So if it's a word directly, so you straight away copy down directly as what? As the cube of T. Cube of T, we write down as T cube. M varies directly. Still the same, we use the fish symbol as the square root of n. Square root of n. Okay. Or there is another way of writing square root of n. What is it? You change it to the power of what? Square root of n we can write as n to the power of 1 over 2. Okay. But if you use a fish symbol here, you can't do anything else. You cannot proceed because it is not an equation here. It's just a symbol here. So you have to change it to an equation. Okay, when you want to do the second step, you change the fish symbol, the alpha symbol, to equal sign. Okay, remember here, whenever you change the fish, the alpha symbol, to equal sign, you have to add a k. Change it to k here. See? What is your k? K is a constant of variation. Y equals to k. What's the number behind? Unknown behind is a x. Okay, change it to equation. Equation with k as constant, right? Y equals to, sorry, this is not y. Second one is p. P equals to, when you change to equal sign, you add a k at the back. K and square of q. Some of you might ask me, teacher, why you use k instead of other alphabet? You can also use other alphabet, but here we always fix it as k so that you won't be confused. H equals to k t q. The last one, m equals to k square root of n, or we can also use k n to the power of 1 over 2, like this, right? So this is direct variation. And then we are going to proceed with inverse variation now. So what is inverse variation? What's the difference? Now we look at our textbook again, page 145. Okay, read this. Okay, there is one situation here. If you travel from Tawau to Kunat by car, the time taken decreases. Time decreases when the speed increase, right? When you drive faster means you can reach the destination faster now, and vice versa means terbalik lah. The greater the speed, the faster you drive, the less time is required to travel the fixed distance. The lower the speed, when you drive slower like a tortoise, you take longer time to reach the destination. In this case, the time is inversely proportional. What does inversely proportional means? If the first one go down, the second variable will go up. If the first what is the term used here? If the first quantity go up, the second quantity will go down. We call this inverse variation. So this kind of relationship is called an inverse variation. Okay, so we look at our notes here. This is the equation used. If y varies, this word, this is a fish symbol, alpha symbol is still called varies. 1 over xn. So this become a fraction. When you see a fraction here, means it varies inversely. Okay. Then the graph, why is it still a straight line? Kan cikgu dah kata just now first quantity increase, the second quantity will decrease. Why is it still going up the straight line? Because they changed it to you already. They already inverse your second quantity. Yeah, you see? First one, directly take x to the power of n. But the second graph, it become 1 over x to the power of n. Okay, so we try this statement here. Y varies inversely as x. Y varies, you see the word varies, you use the fish symbol. And you see inversely here. Inversely means you have to inverse your quantity at the back. Means it's no longer varies x, right? It become 1 over x here. It become a fraction. Next one, p varies inversely. So p varies inversely. So the keyword is inversely here. It's the square of q. Okay, you see what's the difference? This is varies directly as the square of q. This is varies inversely. It become 1 over q square. Right? H varies inversely. See what's the difference between these two answers? It's the cube of t. H varies inversely 1 over t cube. Okay? So, yeah. If they ask you to change into equation, what do? You change the y. The fifth symbol, you change it to equal sign. But when you change it to equal sign, what happens? When you change to equal sign, you have to add a k in front. K 1 over x, right? But we don't do this. We don't write like this because we can write our k on top. You multiply the k in, it becomes at the top part. P equals to change to equal sign, you add a k. So constant is at the top. H equals to k over t cubed. Okay, so you see the difference between these two because of the word inversely and directly. Right? Okay, we continue. You try this yourself, the last one. Then last one would be your joint variation. Joint variation. Joint means combine. You combine your direct and inverse variation together in one question. See this. Y varies directly. Okay, this first statement only use the word directly. Y varies directly. So y varies directly. Directly means you can straight away copy down the quantity behind. X and Z. If I split it out, it becomes y varies directly as x, y varies directly as z, right? But joint variation means you can combine the two quantity behind, it becomes this, x and z. Change it to equation, it becomes 1. Y equals to k x z. Okay, for this question, you have 3 variables now, y, x, z, instead of 2 variables from previous question. Next one, p varies directly. Okay, I do a short one here. Varies directly as q and the square of r. Read the question properly. They want r square, right? So here, p varies directly qr square. So when you change it to equal sign, become p equals to k qr square. Next one. Okay, now this question, they have this keyword directly and inversely. S varies directly as t. We know it will become s varies directly at t. But s also varies inversely as of u. So when you see the word inversely, it becomes 1 over u. So you combine these two in 1. T and 1 over u, you can combine them. T times 1 over u, the t will be on top, u at the bottom. So change it to equation sign, it becomes kt over u. Next one, d varies directly. Okay, d varies directly as e. I'll do it directly. And inversely, okay, inversely means I put a fraction, it become a fraction as the square of f square. When I change to equation, I add a k constant, ke over f square. Okay, how about this? H varies inversely. You see the keyword only one inverse as f and the cube of g. So h varies inversely. Inversely means it will be a fraction. What do you write at the bottom? As f and the cube of f. So both of these quantity will be at the bottom. fg cube. H equals to k over fg cube. Okay, try this yourself, the last one. Okay, so we are going to try some SPM questions. Firstly, this is a not suggested step in solving problem. First, write down the equation connecting the variables using the constant k. So they will give you all these statements. You have to convert it to equation first. After you get equation, then you continue. You must find the value of k using the information given, using info given, using the number given to you. Then find the value of the variable required. Variable here means your x, your y, your z, and so on. Then second, the relation between. When you see this word, the relation between, means they ask you to write the relation using the symbol alpha later. We will try this later. Okay, 3. Example and exercise. Number 1. Given that E is directly proportional, it also means E varies directly. E varies directly to n, right? And they also give you this. H is this when n is 2. Express E in terms of k. So when you already change it to a alpha sign, you must continue to change it to equal sign. It becomes equals to kn, right? And then the next step would be you have to find out what is your constant, what is that value, because no matter what is your in, what is your n, the constant will always remain the same. So what do? See, they give you another information. Okay? Second step, find the value of k using info given. So they give you when E is 24 and equals to 2. So substitute in. E is 24, k don't know, 2. What is your k? Move your 2 over, it becomes 12. K is 12. But this is not the final answer. What do they want? They want you to express E in terms of n. Means they ask you to express E equals to. Go back to your original equation, E equals to k. Have you found your k? Yeah, you found 12, right? And then n you don't know. You let it be. Because E and n, it is not always 24 and 2. It can change, varies, the numbers can change. So you let it be E and n. But k will always be fixed 12 here. Okay, this is your answer. Okay, next one, there's another method here. Okay, I show you another method. You can use this method or you can use another method. The table shows the value of P and Q. P and Q meaning that when P is 8, Q is 16. When P is T, Q is 8. Given that P varies directly, right? P varies directly as Q. Change it to equal sign, it becomes this, right? Calculate the value of T. Okay, the answer shown here, I want to show you why is it like this. Okay, just now I told you already, your K will always be constant no matter how much your P and Q is. So case 1, this is case 1. Case number 2. For your case 1, your constant will be a constant, will be a number. For your case 2, it will also be the same number, no matter how much your P and Q changes. Okay, so how to find what is your K? What is the formula to find K? K is here. So you move your Q below, it becomes P over Q, also equals to P1 over Q1, also equals to P2 over Q2, right? So what is your P? For the first case, 8. over 16 also equals to t over 8. Want to find t? How? Move your 8 over. It become times 8. And then 64 divided by 16, you get a 4. T equals to 4. Huh? This asks you to find the value of t. Another method, some of you might be confused with this method. If you don't like this method, you can do another method. Method 2. We still start with this. P equals to K, Q. Okay? I always tell you, you have to find out what is your K, right? So this information here, P is given, Q is given, the number. So find out your K, you substitute the number is when P is 8, K equals to, don't know, Q equals to 16. So what is your K here? K is 8 divided by 16. It becomes 1 over 2. So you find your K already, but they want you to find T. Reuse back this equation, huh? So you change P equals to 1 over 2 Q. So now you know your Q, kan? Okay, so you can put any number for your P and Q, right? The second case, when P is T, Q is 8. When P is T, Q is 8. What is your T then? 4. Same, right? Same answer. Okay. You try, continue. Okay. I'll show you one more example here. Okay, same. For question 4, the table shows the values of x and y given that y varies directly as the square of x. Y varies directly as the square of x. So it is an x squared. Change it to equation. You change to equal sign, you have to add a k at the back. Don't forget this step here. Find the value of x. So now you have two methods to use, right? You can try this method which is given, or you can try this method. I try this method together with you. Okay. First of all, you must always remember I want to find my k constant. I want to find this constant. How? This information is given to you, so make use of this information. So y is 45. When y is 45 equals to k, x is 3 square. 3 square become 9. 9 move over become what? 45 divided by 9. 9, 5. 5. Okay, equals to 5 here. Okay, after that, what do? They want you to find a, right? So you found your k, so you substitute your k inside here. Y equals to 5x squared, right? They want you to find a, right? A is your y, 2 is your x. So substitute again. A is y, 5, 2 squared. A equals to what? 20. Hashtag your answer. Okay, so try all these yourself. Then I want to proceed with here. This question, starting from question 9, you see the keyword changes already. It is given that h varies inversely as t, and h is 12 when t is 2. Express h in terms of t here. H varies inversely means it become a fraction 1 over t, right? But this fish symbol, you want to change it to equal sign, you have to add a k. Then they give you this information when h is 12, t is 2. T is 2. T is 2. What is your k then? K is 24 here, right? You move your 2 over, become 12 times 2. Express h in terms of t. They don't want this. They want you to express this in terms of t only. Means you cannot leave this as k. So what is your final answer? H equals to 24. You found out your constant. You just write it down over t. Hashtag. Same answer. Okay. Question 10. table is given to you. 5, when E is 5, Y is 4. When E is 2, Y is B. Given that the tables are given, find the, given that E varies inversely as Y, calculate the value of B. E varies inversely. Inversely means 1 over Y. Change it to equal sign, K over Y. Okay, I do the first method, the method here. Remember, your constant will always be constant no matter what case you are doing. So find out what is your K first. K equals to, move your Y over, it becomes E Y. Okay, so for case 1, you are going to use E1 Y1 to find the constant. But you know the constant will be the same as the constant in case 2. So E2, case 2 and Y2. Okay, so you substitute numbers in. When case 1, your E is 5, your Y is 4. Equals to, case 2, your E is 2, your Y is B. So 20 equals to 2B. What is your B? 10. Okay, B is 10. Yeah, equal. Of course, if you don't like this method, you can use the other method, which is like this. Okay, so you also finish off all this. Then continue. Okay, here I want to show you here. This is joint variation now. Is it? I'll try 15. If M varies inversely, varies, you use the fish symbol. Inversely means 1 over something. 1 over square root of G. Read the question properly. They want square root of G becomes square root of G. And then they give you this information. Express the relationship between M and G in the form of equation. When they ask you to express the relationship, M equal, change it to equal sign, equal K over square root of G. They also give you this information, when they give you this information means you have to find your K, because what? Express the relationship between M and G. They only want you to express between M and G only. K cannot be K. You must find out the number using this to help you. Continue. Then what? Okay, this one you can try yourself. Okay, here, question 17. Given that Y varies directly as X and inversely as the square of T. Directly as X means X will be on top. Inversely as the square of T, T square. Change to equal sign. Change to equal sign, you have to add a K. Kx over T square. Then the relationship between Y, X and T is what? No more other information, and then they ask you to express the relationship between. See, refer back here. When the question asks you to find the relationship between means write the relationship using symbol alpha. Okay, so here when you see this keyword, no need to change it to equal sign. This is a relationship between Y, X and T. Okay, the rest you can try. Okay, question 19 here, see properly. Given that Y varies directly as P, so P on top, and inversely over square root of Q. Calculate the value of N. This table is different from the previous one. They are looking at the table by row by row. Means for case 1, when Y is 20, P is 10, Q is 16. Case 2, Y is N, P is 3, Q is 4. Now we try one together. Y equals to KP over square root of Q. Then what? Case 1, case 2, right? So I can find what is my K first. You want to find K, you move everything to the other side. slowly you move this first, y, and then square root of q over, then divide by p. This is your k. Constant will always be the same for both situations. So for the first situation, your y is 20 square root of q is this 16 over p is 10 equals to the constant, but the constant of case 1 will be the same as constant of case 2, so you let them become equal. So case 2, still the y is your n now, then square root of q is 4 over p is this one, so now become, this one become 4, 8, 2, 24 equals to n, 2n, n equals to divide, become 12, n is 12. They ask you to find this. Okay, so you try all these questions, you finish all until question 5. Thank you, class.